Hi there, and thanks for joining me today. If you're new, then my name's Tania and I'm from Tatty Treasures, and if you are a returning subscriber, then hello and welcome back. It's nice to see you. So this is part of the botanical series that I've been doing for the last couple of months. We've just finished fabric embellishments, and now we're going to move on to paper embellishments, and I'm going to spend quite a few weeks experimenting and doing all different kinds of clusters, because you know there's lots of different ways that you can do them, and they're great for not only using up all your scraps, but for using all those little images that you get from kits. So yeah, it's a good way to use stuff up, and they make fabulous embellishments. You can use clusters on absolutely anything. You know, they make great page decoration. You can stick them on pockets, on envelopes. You can make paper clips with them, put them on the front of notebook. You know, the list is absolutely endless, and I think that's why we like making them so much, because one, they're really fun, they use up all your stuff, and they're very, very useful. So we're going to start off with quite a simple cluster, and I really wanted to break it down, and I know a lot of people can find clusters quite difficult, same as doing collage, and I always think of them as a mini collage. So what I've done is I've just got myself little piles, and I've actually put them in the order that I'm going to use them as well. So then I've got no overthink. Yeah, I'm going to think and stuff, but it really cuts down what shall I use? You know, if you've got a big mound of stuff, it's like you've too many choices. So I've got two different kinds of green doily. That's my last one in that dark green one. I've loved that, and I've searched and searched for it, and can I find it? No, I can't. I've got some music paper, I've got some book paper, I've got some backing paper from different kits, and then I've got these really small, they're like tea cards but they're smaller. These are from Nature's Remedy from Artemis and Tracy Fox, and they are lovely size, but you can, you know, do it with any type of embellishment. I have popped a few more in just to show you, you know, the difference in sizes. But these are, you know, your really small things. These aren't going to be very big. And then we've got this lace, which will come in at the end. So I've got my book and I've got my glue stick. So I'm going to, I don't know if to start off backwards. That might be a good place to start. So I've got my image, and then behind that I'm going to lay my colourful paper. Then I'm going to lay my book page, and I'm just holding it. I find this a lot easier than doing it on the desk and having to keep picking it up and trying to push things underneath. So I can see there that I can't see much of the music paper, so I'll perhaps pop that in like so. Ferrari says she wasn't going to think about it. And then I'm just gonna, I'm not really liking that there. Okay. So I'm going to rip this down a little bit. That can go there. So I'm going to start building it up now because I've got a good idea of the way that I'm going to put it on. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to have that just popping out there. Like so. Let's have a look at that. And then my text might have it there. That's it. Okay. I think sometimes doing them smaller as well can be a bit of a challenge, because obviously you still want, you know, quite a few different layers, and to get them all then to be able to be seen, you know, just a glimpse of them can be a bit of a challenge. So that is the first one. Like so that's that one. So we'll go backwards again. That's nice, right in the middle. Now that, for me, you know, that was a really quick one. I think sometimes it just depends if those chosen papers all just fit together nicely. And in this case, they did. And I do find getting them ripped up first as well does save a lot of that waste. I find if I'm trying to rip things down to size as I'm doing it, I end up with loads of just little ripped off bits everywhere, and then everywhere gets messy, and I think it then gets even more confusing. So that's that one. Let's go backwards again. And I think as well, when you're doing these kinds of things, just stick with the same kind of format. Every single one doesn't need to be a unique masterpiece. You know, for a few weeks I'm going to do different ones, so I will have different types of clusters, but for today I will have very similar looking clusters. And I think that also makes it a lot easier, because I think once you've got that kind of formation, you can just keep doing that same formation. Yep. Let's see if you can get the glue to stick down. Right, that was going there. That's going there. And that's going there. Now, I must say, these aren't scraps. I'm actually pretty low on scraps. So, all I did was just ripped 2 pages of music paper, 4 little pages of book paper, 2 full copy size paper, and I then just sorted through my, you know, little tiny, oh, that's nice, digitals, and pulled, you know, similar sized things out. Now that's really too boxy. Needs something. Yeah, just moving that over made a difference. So that's that. Let's have a look. Yeah, I like that. Let's just rip that little end off because I could see that peeping out. Like so. Whoops. Don't glue a stick over over a doily. It normally ends up in trauma. Right. Something went wrong there. I'm not sure what it was. I think I've just put that paper on 1K and that's made it look a bit funny. That's better. So that's that one. So I've done 4 already. Just rip a little bit of that down. Hope you can see because I'm obviously holding them like like I'd had some playing cards. As if I was playing for tuppence. And I'm not keen on that piece. It's a lot better. Yeah, happy with that. Again, that's not turned out quite the way that I wanted it. That's better. Oh, I like that one. So that's that one. Let's do a taller one. Let's have a try of the dark green one. No, surprisingly. Yeah. Yeah. To change my paper in a minute. have that side actually. It's got more musical notes on it. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, I'll do a few more and then I shall pause, and well, I'll do a few more. I'm saying then I'll pause and finish off and then show you what I'm going to do next. Right. Yep. And say I'm making layers because I will be putting some in the shop, and obviously I want to have a stash myself because I want to use them. When I get on to doing ephemera and things, it'll be brilliant having some ready-made. I think like that in the middle. I can go there. Can go there. I wonder if they're green or not. They're both green. The darker green. Yes. Right. So I get that in the middle. Okay. Pop that there. Oh. Yeah, I'll put that. No, I'll go higher. So, do I want that there? No, I want it there. Okay, that's that one. And so far, the only waste I've really got is those two pieces. Yet by now, I'd have a mountain of stuff. So now, I kind of don't need to keep layering them on to see. I can just start sticking down because the formation that I'm doing is like, you know, stuck in my head now. But if I'd kept changing the formation, by now I'd just be a dithery mess. You know, second guessing myself. Does that look okay? Is that okay? Oh, there might be something better, and all the rest of it. And that's just not productive. And I think, well, you just don't have a very jolly time, do you? When it's like that. I just want this to be simple, relaxing, and you end up with some nice usable pieces at the end of it, which is going to save you so much time when you're down to the decorating things. You're going to have all these pieces ready made. It's not the most musical. That's a big one. I'll cut that. Yeah. try that. I think, is that the last one? Yeah, that's better. Just rip that bit off. Yeah. I think I'm going to just tear a little bit of that off. Okay. Right. This one's the same, isn't it? And this glues still a bit more. So that is that. I've used all these Elmer's what I've bought. I've actually just bought a box full of the Scotch ones, what I used, well, what I used before I used these. I really do love the Elmer's, but it does work out quite expensive. It's fine if, you know, you're not doing that much collage and things. But yeah, obviously for me, having a shop and having YouTube, I get 3 glue sticks like no tomorrow. So yeah, it works out way too expensive. So I went back to having Scotch, and I got a really good deal. I think I had a box of, I don't know how many's in there. And just stand up and have a look. 3, 6, 9, 12. Box of 12, and they're enormous ones. They're 40 grams, and I think it was £20. So it's nearly twice the size of this, and I think they was nearly £4. So yeah. I didn't actually realise those was as big as that. I thought I'd got a bargain. Anyway, but try not to put those on top of each other while they are drying. So yes, they should last me a while. And I thought, because I knew that I was doing lots of clusters, I thought yeah, I best buy lots of. I can remember, you know, when I watched Rachel's Roxy Creations, when she's done the 100-day challenge, and the amount of glue sticks that she got through was crazy. I don't know. She did count them. I don't know. I want to say about 40, but I don't know. I'm just like plucking that number out of thin air. But yeah, she she used a lot. But yeah, I'm guessing Rachel has the same thing, because she does collage, you know, like all the time. You just get through them far too quick. If I was only doing occasional, then I would stick with the Elmer's. So when I've finished all the clusters and that, I might go back to it. We shall see. Sometimes you just forget, don't you? Could have done something a bit taller and thinner. That's better. What kind of time are we on? 25. Thinking if I do this for about 30 minutes and then pause, and then come back. Oh, I wish I'd have had the dark green one, to be honest. If anybody ever finds any of those dark green ones, will you let me know? I've searched and searched for them. I can't even find these olivey ones anymore. It was when, well, it was about 2 years ago when I really first started junk journaling. And I just stumbled across them on eBay. And I think I just bought like 20 of the pale green, 20 of the dark green, and there was some chocolate brown. Because I was only just starting out, and I thought that was too many kind of thing. I was a bit like, oof, never going to use those up. I don't like that at all. Need something a lot bigger. Not that I don't like it. Just that it's a bit lost, isn't it? But yeah, since then, never been able to find them. I mean, I suppose people who's got the die cutters can you can do doily ones, can't you, on the die cut? Because I've bought some of those as well. I bought some in different browns. But yeah, obviously they're they're in card, I guess. I don't know. I'm just thinking, I wonder if you did it in paper, if and they'd all fall to bits. Obviously a machine's doing these. I mean, I know a die cut machine's a machine, but you know what I mean. Oh, that's Diddy. Right, see if I can get another 2 done. I've kind of lost me. Lost me, my rhythm. Not my rhythm, the combination like that I'm doing it in. Oh. Now you'll notice I've not put anything on the left hand side. When I keep doing the doily, I'm doing it on the right hand side all of the time. And that's because I'm going to put the lace down the left hand side. It wasn't that I'm just drawn to the right hand side, which I am, and that's I guess a right-handed thing. What you do. So yeah, if you've never done like clusters in this way, getting all your papers ripped first, give it a try, and definitely let me know if you found doing it this way a lot more freer, even though it's not freer because everything's already, you've not actually got that much choice. You're just literally picking the first one up, but it's a lot more of a relaxing process. And obviously I'm on camera talking. If I wasn't on camera talking, I would be literally in my own world now, just having a lovely time. And I think for me, definitely, that's one of the most importantest things with crafting. It's where it takes me. I love that place. Where you just, well, you don't air anything, you don't feel anything, you're just totally in that moment. And I don't think I've ever experienced doing anything else that, probably, as I said that, I'll tell you what came into my mind when you first have your baby, not your first child, just having a child, and you look down at them when you're rocking them to sleep, and you look down and that's all you can think about and see. So yeah, it's not the only thing, but you know that was a bit of a generalization, but it definitely takes you to a really nice place, and I think that's why we keep doing it. I think that's, you know, when we haven't done it, so I need to craft, and yeah, it's like a real stress buster, and I just think it's because it's so peaceful, it's so quiet, it's so still, and I think if you can eliminate all that piles of stuff and that confusion, and just have it a real simple, just layering papers, it's really a very, very nice place to be. So yeah, try it. Do let me know, because I'd be really, really interested, because I mean it might just be me, well, not just me, but you know what I mean, it might not be the way everybody feels, but I think it could be. Well, that's not really big enough for that piece. That's better. Yep. Okay, what kind of time are we on? 32. Oh, shall I carry on? Oh, I'm going to carry on. You can turn off, can't you? Or fast forward. Yeah. I'm going to say it seems a bit weird just turning it off and then putting it back on again. Right, come on, let's do this. You know, I'm forgetting me. Let's take that a bit off the bottom. That's better. But yeah, what's that about the fourth bit that I've ripped, which is brilliant. Yeah, I just used my tear ruler as well, and I just kind of did it in strips. You know, I went from that to that kind of thing, just went in strips and then across. Didn't really, you know, pay too much attention to it. I kind of knew that, you know, the kind of size that I wanted. So I didn't want these to be like swamped with them being small pieces. You know what I don't like about doilies? This bit, when you've ripped it, I always want to hide that bit. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to move this over here. That's better. No, I need to glue it back down. I moved it around that much. I don't know how many I'd got out to make. I literally just went through my little plastic wallet. You've seen it, where I keep all my different things. I've got one for little elements. I've got one for like circles. I've got one for tickets. And then, you know, if I want to do ticket clusters, I can just get my ticket one out and stuff. Yeah, I love this size. And I think Artemis also has this kind of size in that beautiful bird kit that I did. I know there was a sheet of really small elements, a whole sheet, which is brilliant because yeah, you can obviously do lots of embellishment type things. And I mean, if kits haven't got those in, I just shrink, you know, things down, either print them 2 to a page, 4 to a page, And some kits that haven't got any ephemera, you know, which are just, say, journal pages. I even shrink those down really small, and you can make your own embellishments. Yeah. But I do need to stop doing that so much, because I did end up with so much stuff. So yeah, once I've cleared everything, I will be not printing as much off. I have definitely learned from when I did the no printing, and I've printed out a couple of things since, and I've really thought about, you know, what size do I want it for, what am I using it for, instead of just, oh, I'll have that. And I think because I was totally new to digitals and stuff, it's amazing, isn't it? Before you've got all these digitals and can print them out as many times as you want. Yeah, that don't mean you've got to you know, print them out 14 times all in one go in, you know, normal size copy paper, then on card, then 2 to a page, then 4 to a page, oh, a few on vellum, and absolute crazy. And the printer's only next to me, so it's not like, you know, I've not got to go anywhere to, you know, if I needed, oh, another page, I can just print one out. But yeah, I used to think, oh, but fancy stopping what you're doing just to print out a sheet. But yeah, I think I'd prefer to print out that sheet than end up with folders and folders full of stuff that you end up with that much, then you're not even using it, because it starts to get too much, don't it, to actually look at. Then you end up printing some more out just because you don't want to look through them folders, and then it's like, well, are you going to throw them away, or are you going to use them? And obviously we don't want to be throwing things away, and we don't want to spend the time and headache sorting through them either. So it just gets, it can get out of hand. So hopefully I I came to, you know, sorted it out before it got to that. Like I say, I'm, you know, really new to crafting, so I've not got, you know, a room of years worth of things and different crafts, because I know, you know, a lot of you ladies have come from scrapbooking. I know a lot of you, you know, do the slow stitching and embroidery and that kind of thing, and art journaling and stuff. So yeah, you've probably already got, you know, lots of stuff. So yeah, this is the first time I've ever had this kind of stuff, and it was, I think I'd got about 10 full kits printed out that I'd never even, you know, used. And it's like, well, why did I buy them? Why have I printed them out if I'm not using them? It's just absurd. So yeah, I obviously went through all those, and I'm still working my way through backing paper. So, and I'd obviously printed out stacks of ephemera, like I say, in all different sizes. So yeah, I'm trying not to, unless I specifically need something, I'm trying not to. Right, what am I missing? Book page. We're getting quite low now, aren't we, on supplies? Not liking this one at all. Let's put that there. I think it's because I've really only got small pieces left. They're all funny sizes. That can go there, that's fine. But yeah, I think I might have ended up being on that no printing ban for about 6 weeks. And like I say, that is it 6 weeks to break a habit? there's a thing, isn't there? You know, so many weeks to break a habit. But yeah, it did kind of break that habit, and it has now when I've printed off some more labels. You know, I would have gone into my Tracy Fox folder and just printed everything out, and then printed in full size, and then 2 to a page, everything. And it's like, well, I didn't need any like number ones. All I needed is a scientific-y ones, and some like brown blank ones, and that was it. And so that's all I printed out. But actually I've never used them all, so I'm gonna have to do it again. So yeah, swings and roundabouts. There's definitely pros and cons, isn't there, to whatever way you do it. Right, come on, let's get a move on. These last ones have probably took me the longest. I'm just taking these off another pile for me next cluster video that I'm going to be doing. When I sorted out the things for this one, I thought, well, I'll sort the ones out for the next one. I'm not filming it today because I've got somewhere that I need to be. Right. Oh, I've only got one picture left. Thank goodness for that, because it was all looking quite destitute on here, or desolate, should I say. Right. So I've got that one. It's nice. I am going to be sewing these, but I wanted to do it this way first, just to show that they don't need to be sewn. I'm just sewing mine because, like I say, some of them are going in the shop, and I do think it just gives it a nice finished look. But yeah, I've done these a ton of times and and not sewn them. Okay, that's that one. Last one. It's a good job. Oh no, I've still got plenty of glue left. I just needed to push it down. The times I do that, I think I've hardly got any left. I'll do that just to use those 2 little bits up. They can go in my could do with a wallet actually, to put all my scraps in while I'm doing the clusters. I have to make a collage board with whatever I've got left. I'm not keen on that side. What's that like? No, I'm going to do it sideways. What's that? Have I got any book page left? Oh yeah, that little one. And I need a bit more doily, I think. I can go. And there. Okay, so that's all those done. Okay, the next part. So I've got this lace. It would have been nicer if I'd got a thicker one, but I haven't, not in green anyway. I'm going to actually do it that way, just to make it easier on film. and I'm going to stick it down there, and I'm just going to leave a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom, and I'm going to do it all in one traying, and that way I can sew all the way down and it'll catch the lace and it will catch the side of the cluster. I then might go in, let me just do this and then I'll show you. So I'll sew it all down there in one go, so I don't have to keep, you know, doing it separately. And then I might cut them off and then just add just a little bit somewhere else, just more as a decorative. Anything that's then sticking up after, I will just go with my art glitter glue and just stick the I'm just going to put that on just so I don't lose any as I'm doing it while it's drying. Yeah, and I'll just catch any that I've not caught, but the stitch is more a decorative element rather than sewing them together. If I was doing it to sew them down, I would probably go round the card, because that's probably got a piece of everything, but that takes forever, especially when if you're only doing a few, it's, you know, it's fine, but if you're doing a lot, then it's very time consuming, whereas this I can just whiz down all in one go. I don't know if this wants to stick. Now, I have been trying this glue out, and I have said up to yet it's been really good. There's not been anything that it doesn't want to stick, but this is more a nylon, isn't it, than, so maybe this is what it won't stick on. I mean, I only need it to stick enough that you know, just to keep it in place until I sew it. I mean, maybe I don't have to stick it. Maybe I could just do it with the pinning on. I don't know. Maybe I am wasting my time doing this. Well, shall we try? I'll do that. Right, I'll pause and I'll just get my sewing machine out, because if I don't need to do this step, then I don't need to. I was just thinking that it would make it less fiddly. Okay, so let's have a look. Yep. The lace has kind of got folded round. Let's get it straight. Yeah, I don't think there is any need to glue it, to be honest. So while the needle's down, I'm going to lift the foot up, place it underneath, put the foot back down. Then get the needle in. can do a continuous. Maybe if I put them there. Still got to start. Just checking I'd only got one then. Yes, let's try it there. Okay. See, in a minute I'll just finish off. Okay, so they're all on the lace thing. Now, if you wanted, you could just fold these up and then they'd all be together and you could cut them off as you needed. When I make the snippets on the laces, I hang them up and then cut them off. So yeah, that'd be a really good idea, just to wrap them up. But obviously I'm not, because like I say, I want so many for myself and so many for the shop. So I'm just going to cut them and then we've got some pretty stitching and we've got some lace at the side, which adds a bit more interest. But like I say, you don't have to stitch these. If you use Fabri-Tac, you'll be able to get your lace to stick. I am pretty impressed with that fabric glue that I've been using, but I'm thinking more and more that I perhaps do still need a bottle of Fabri-Tac and just use it for times when nothing else will do, type thing. So that's all those cut apart and I'm really happy with them. I don't know if they need to be glued down or not, but yeah, I'll just go around and the obvious just put a touch on. So that is those. I hope you enjoyed watching that. And like I say, if you give it a go the way that I've just done it, let me know if you find that easier, or some people might find it more difficult, that they don't have the choice. But yeah, I like it that I don't have that much choice, and I think it gives them, you know, a nice cohesive look. If I was just making for one book, I probably wouldn't want a stack very similar. But yeah, I think if you do like the mass making and like, you know, with botanicals being my favourite thing, like you might always use pink, there might be something that you always do. So yeah, I mean, all you've got to do is use a bit of a different backing paper, and all your pictures are going to be different, so they don't look exactly the same. So surprisingly, a lot of these don't really need much. So there, oh, that is the dog. It's locked itself in the front room and I can't get out. He can get out, it takes him a while to open the door. And I've totally forgot what I was saying. So yeah, the glue stick did do its job, and I must have done well getting it, you know, all over the backs. That doesn't need any. So yeah, these are going to be super duper. And then obviously when you use them, if the lace sticks out too much in that, you can trim them down as you use them. But I think if they'd have just been for myself, I'd have kept them in that roll. I think that would have kept them nice. Right, that's it from me. I'll come back next Friday and we'll do some different kinds of clusters. I shall see you next week. Bye.